Yeah, we've got some fun for everybody. We actually put something brand new together for you. Well, I guess it's completely revamped and updated within the AI Marketing Assistant. So you're going to get the first look, everybody that is here joining us live today. And the cool part is, by the time we are done here, you're going to be able to create 30 social media posts, and you're going to be able to do it in a matter of minutes. And I'm actually going to walk you through the entire process from beginning to end. So, choosing your product within PLR.me, all the way to going ahead, copying and pasting and posting it. We're going to do all of that together. I'm going to show you a couple other of our AI tools if you're not using them yet, so that you can see how you could use them to further highlight your social media post. But all of this is going to help you create content, like I said, in minutes. Realistically, you could have everything created, posted, or scheduled out within your favorite app in 15 minutes. And all of it, get this, and Chantel is here today in case anybody has any questions. But Chantel, I figured out what it's actually going to cost if you have a PLR.me membership. And if you don't worry, we're going to give you a screaming deal here today so that you can jump in and do this. But what if you could create 30 social media posts for less than $5? Would you do it? 30 social posts. You've got all of your content for a month. Pretty crazy, right? All right. Well, that's exactly what you're going to learn here how to do. And let's just go ahead and jump in. But before we do, tell me in the comments who's actually posting consistently on social media, wherever that might be. So LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and posting consistently. You're posting, maybe a few times a week. Give me a yes or a no. And no shade, no shame, just wanting to get a gauge. No, sadly, got it. Well, hopefully this is going to change that for you here today so you can see just truly how easy it is with everything that you've got right at your fingertips. So James, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook on the daily. Dude, way to go. High five. Let's give James a little round of applause because that is awesome. Yes, weekly for Stephen, and only personal stuff, not business. Okay, Samantha. So let's change that too. Let's make sure you could post both to your personal and business. And if you're just posting to personal, you can still post business stuff to your personal profile. So whichever way you choose to do it, I'm going to give you all of the tools here today to do exactly that. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to jump right in, making sure you can actually see this. All good. Make sure my head isn't on top of anything. And as we go, drop your questions, drop your thoughts, your feedback into the chat, because Chantel's going to be monitoring all of that. If you haven't met Chantel, she is always around and our hero in customer support. So if you haven't met her, please say thank you to Chantel for all that she does. And all right, so off we go here. If you come into your PLR.me account and you're just getting started, you're looking for content, all you have to do is come right up top here to search, and you can start to search for content that is specific to the topics that you talk about, maybe the problems that you solve or the solutions that you are providing within your business. So just think about what are those things that either you're creating maybe courses for, maybe you have coaching packages for. What are those problems? What are those topics? How would you search for those? They could be anxiety, they could be parenting, they could be depression. So many different topics that we've got right within over 19,000 different products that you can search and find and use to your leisure within PLR.me. Now, if you're stuck on what to search for, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. So you can come right up top here to products. You can look for just for you. So as you start to search, the algorithm is going to get smarter and smarter, just like pretty much everywhere we go these days, right? So it's going to learn all about you. It's going to learn what you're looking for, and then it's going to start to curate content just for you. So if you're at a loss and struggling with what to come up with, and you've spent a little bit of time in PLR.me, this is a great place to just pop in every single day. You can go right into new PLR.products. You can come into popular, and then you can also search by category. So any number of categories. You can also search by product type. So if you're looking for something very specific like an action guide, maybe affirmations, maybe articles or blog posts. All of that is available to you right up top here. It's also available to you once you start to search for products right on the left-hand side. And you can even start to refine. So if you are looking for just one single product, you could search by products. If you want to look for bundles, and bundles are exactly that, where we have handpicked like or similar content and put it into a bundle, and you're going to get a cost savings. So that could be 20%, 30%, lots of different savings depending on how many products are in that bundle. So some of them have 9 products, some of them have 30 products. It just really depends. So if you're looking to create a lot of content, bundles are definitely your cost-effective way to go, as opposed to searching, finding new products, and downloading them each one at a time. So that is your first step, is really finding a product that you want to work with based off of those results that you're looking to provide. So for me, I looked today and I just searched for goal setting and achievement, and you can see there's over 661 different products and bundles just around goal setting and achievement, which for the most part, no matter what we all do here, that's going to roll up into something, some way, shape, or form, what we are training or coaching or teaching on. And so any of this content is probably relevant to each of us. So once you start to scroll through here and you find exactly what you're looking for, I'm going to choose this one for today, self-discipline, how you can be successful without being perfect. Because hands up, if perfection is one of the biggest things that stops you from posting to social media, again, totally me right here, where for many, probably years, I struggled with what to post, how to post, where to post. And then once I wrote something, after it took me, who knows, 30 minutes, an hour to create this perfect social media post, then I took it over to Facebook, Instagram, and I started reworking it all over again. Give me a yes in the chat if that's you too. So I think perfectionism with all of us, if we're creating something, definitely can hinder us. And that's where PLR.me plus all of our AI tools really come in and save us from ourselves and get us out of our own way, because we make it so that you can just quickly grab a piece of content and then you can open it up into, and this is step number 2, into the AI marketing assistant. So to do this, we just click on this magic wand right here and up pops the AI marketing assistant. Now, if you have fought with any AI tool, whether it's ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude, and by fought, I mean you're going back and forth trying to get it to say the exact right thing or trying to get it to structure things exactly how you want it to. The beautiful part about the AI marketing assistant is we've done all of that on the back end for you. So we have not only trained it on all of the content that's within the PLR.me library, but we've trained it on you, on coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, creatives, all of you that are coaching for a living or creating courses for a living or running masterminds or master classes, and what those top challenges, problems are, depending not only on your industry, but also on your niche. And you do have the ability to also customize and really personalize all of this for yourself as well. So let me show you how this works. So I have opened this up based off of that piece of content, and I'm going to navigate over to this tab to social media. And what I'm looking for is social posts. So social posts, this is going to give me 10 different social media posts off of this one particular topic. And you're probably thinking, well, wait, Rebecca, you said we were going to create 30. We are. And I'm going to show you how you can rinse and repeat this exact process that I'm going to walk you through. So once you've chosen social posts and you just click on that, and now you can see down below that you've selected that. If you scroll down, this is where I was talking about you can customize and personalize. So you can add in your target audience. You can add in the type of expert you are. You can add in your name, your company, your product if you have one. And then down below here is your tone. So if you talk a little bit more casually, maybe formal, maybe persuasive, funny, simplified storytelling, you can add all of that in. Now, I'm going to tell you for the way that we have created this one in particular, the social media posts, because these are built off of proven frameworks and what we know goes viral, performs extremely well out there in the market. Tone is incredibly important, and I'll show you why in a minute. And I'll also show you once you've created these social posts, you still have an opportunity to update, to make changes, and to change the tone altogether. Now, you can put this into your own language as well if English isn't your first language. If you love emojis, go ahead and you can click on that. I'm not a big emoji fan. It's kind of a dead giveaway these days for AI generated posts and people that just copy and paste without customizing. And I'm going to show you how to do that too. So once you've done all of this, you're going to go ahead and you're going to click generate, and AI is going to go and do all of the work for you. Now, I've already generated this, because when we're in this live setting, this tends to take quite a bit of time, a few minutes on the back end, and I don't want to waste any of your time. So I'm just going to show you exactly what it's going to look like and what you're going to get when you open that document up. And now where we're at, and let me show you this real quick here. So if I click down below here, let's see if you can see that. Let's raise this up. Yep, there we go. If I click here, show results, you're going to see all of the results that you've generated with this piece of content. So again, everything you've ever generated with any of our AI tools, but of course we're talking about the AI marketing assistant, you never lose that content. You still have that available to you. And once you've got it available and it's generated, you can see here the status is ready to go. I could go ahead and I could download that. I could clone that. Or typically what you're going to do is you're going to open that into the AI assisted text editor. And this is where we can customize, we can personalize, and we've also got additional AI tools available to us so that we can use some of those tools to maybe change the tone or the style or add in some additional content. So let's pop over and let's take a look at exactly what these look like. So first and foremost, you got 10 different social media posts. But more than that, what you're going to get are a variety of what I mentioned, which are different styles of social media posts so that you're not posting the same exact thing every single day. You've probably seen it, friends, that you can really tell that they're just copying and pasting, or maybe they're stuck in a rut and they're just pasting the same thing over and over. So what this is going to do is this is going to avoid that, where you're going to get 2 different posts for each type. So we've got 5 different viral types types of social media posts. And all of this is going to help you add a little variety, a little spice into your content, and it's not going to feel like you just copied and pasted the same exact thing over and over. So it's going to really help you engage your audience as well. So your first one you see here is hot take. So you've probably seen these posts too, but these are also in the marketing world what we call pattern interrupts. So what they are, they're very bold, they're unexpected opinions, and what they are designed to do is stop the scroll. So what that means is you're just on your mobile device and you're scrolling. We want them to get hit with your post. We want them to stop the scroll, and we want them to really be challenged by what they're thinking, what the norm is out there. So just think of, you're kind of going against the grain. You're going against what everybody else is saying is true out there. And you're not just doing it to grab attention. You're doing it to create thought leadership. You're doing it to set yourself apart out there in the marketplace so that people are like, whoa, I didn't know Chantel felt that way. I didn't know that, Susan was thinking like that. And so it just pulls them a little bit deeper into your thought process, into who you are, how you see things, how you view things, and the lens in which you are really sharing things with them on a daily basis with. So the thing with these is you are coming at it from a very different perspective, and you're really throwing rocks at what other people in your industry are saying. Now, you're doing it in a nice way. We're not demeaning or mean-spirited by any means, but we are taking a stance. We are planting our flag in a very, very clear way with these hot takes. So that's your first one. You've got two of those, just like everything else. So if we come down in, now you've got storytelling. Exactly what it sounds like. It's going to be a story that you're going to be able to really make your own. And again, I'm going to show you how to do this. So storytelling, we know this is really the number one way to draw people into the conversation. This is where you start to really learn the backstory, the behind the scenes of somebody's life. These are the posts that I know I am. I don't know about how you feel as you're going through LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. But when somebody starts telling their story around this particular topic, all of a sudden, I kind of sit up and I take notice and I lean into that story. And that's exactly what we want to have happen with your story. So you've got two of those. Then you've got belief breakers. Now, these are incredibly important when it comes to being out on social media and overcoming those objections and those beliefs, those limiting beliefs that your audience has before they even know that they're a problem. And if, again, you're out there on social media and you've connected with brands or influencers or anybody that's talking about a topic that is important to you, that may be adjacent to the industry that you're in, it may be just of interest to you personally, these are things that, as this one starts, we've been fed a lie that perfection is a gateway to success. So you can see it's just immediately breaking down that belief, that idea that perfection is the only way we're going to succeed. And it's kind of flipping that around and saying that's not accurate. The truth is, perfection is a myth. It's a trap that keeps you stuck in a cycle of self-doubt. So belief breakers, another one, incredibly important. And then behind the scenes, which is just, again, another way for you to give them a sneak peek into what do you do all day? What's going on with you? And this is another one I find that as creators, as entrepreneurs, we're out there, we're moving from thing to thing, we're helping clients, we're completing tasks within our business, we're building things, and oftentimes we don't take the time to really shine a light on that, to really share what is going on in our day to day. And a lot of that, and hands up if you do this too, is because you're so knee deep and you're so close to what you do, who you help, how you serve, you forget that it's really incredible what you do. It's really incredible how you solve people's problems, and you gloss over it and you don't think it's that big of a deal. So this behind the scenes really helps you do exactly that. It helps you shine a light on what you're doing. So I want to take some takeaways real quick here and hear from you. If you think this is going to be helpful, if you think this is something you're going to be able to implement into your business, anybody brave out there today want to share how you think this might possibly impact you being consistent on social media, you actually being able to get out there and stay in front of your audience on a consistent basis. Samantha, Cassie, Sandra, anybody feeling brave?
This is Ailey.
Hey, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Are you able to
Good.
rephrase the question, see if I can share, please? Thank you.
Absolutely. The question is, do you feel like this would help you start posting consistently?
Oh, yes. Yeah, thank you very much for that. The part that just struck an accord with me just now is simply because you talked about the power of storytelling and having to, create the content and then use that as a backup in order to, carry on our followers or our, I'll say potential buyers. So for me, what I can see in your presentation there, I think that looks good to me. So because sometimes, we do have a bit of a writer's block, even if you use AI or whatever. But for the fact that I can see something that looks really good and you've got good tools, I believe that would really make it much more easier when it comes to we having to create content to serve our potential clients. So
That's
that's what,
great.
thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Anybody else? Thoughts? Feelings? Oh, look at that. How cool is that? We got hearts. Hearts for Ely. I might actually be able to create an audience. I love that, Samantha. Most definitely. Oh, sorry, Justine, you lost connectivity. That's okay. There will be a replay, so no worries. James says I feel like this might help me create a process that is more efficient than my current everyday process. That's awesome too. I love that. All right, fantastic. Yeah, and I saw you were talking about my camera. It is supposed to be there. If if my head is distracting, we can move that as well. Let's take a look here. Let's make sure. Yeah. Yep. I think I can. That doesn't help. Nope. We'll just leave it like that. All right. So let's hop back in and let's keep going here. Now I want to show you how you can customize and personalize and come through and start to add in your own stories, add in maybe testimonials of how you've done this thing, or maybe just add in some different elements with our AI tool. So with this, we're going to come back in here and how many of you have actually used this? I'm going to show you real quick. And every single time I do this, I get so many. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know this was available here. So I'm going to highlight this. And if I highlight anything in the AI assisted text editor, look what pops up. Ask AI is actually built in to the editor. So I could click on that. And if I scroll down, and let me blow this up a little bit for you, and then pull this over onto the screen. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, let's see. That might be too big. Yeah, I think that's There we go. All right. So now you've got AI right within this document, and you could choose from a bunch of different options. So you could rewrite, you could continue, you could clarify, you could shorten, expand, format, you could create bullets. So you can see, you could start to use AI to build out this content so that maybe it's a little bit longer. Maybe it's a little bit tighter. So you want to clarify that. Maybe you want to create a CTA. In fact, let's go ahead and give that a try. So I'm going to come down here to the bottom. And if I highlight that, I'm going to ask AI, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to ask it to create a CTA. And now AI is going to go out and it's going to start to create. You see, it was just writing all of that out. And what it's put in is placeholders for me to put in my own product name. So don't worry if you don't have a product, that is perfectly okay. Now I'm going to insert that below. You have a couple of different opportunities here. You can either replace that selection or you can insert below. I'm going to insert that below. And you see here, it's gone ahead and it's added that right in here. And it's given me a bunch of different options for a call to action. So if I want to use this one, let's just say I'm going to get rid of that number and discover the tools you need to harness your potential with. And here's where you would just put in whatever your product name is. And let's see, let's scroll back up here. How you can be successful without being perfect. Let's just pretend that is our product name. And we're going to come back down here and we're just going to go ahead and insert that right there. And we can get rid of the rest of these. And now all of a sudden you've got, whoop, I think I deleted the wrong one. That's okay. We'll do that again. Now, all of a sudden, you have a call to action that drives them into your product. So here, of course, you would go ahead and you would put in your website information. So you've got discover the tools you need to harness your potential with how you can be successful without being perfect, and investing your journey to extraordinary success. Today, learn more and hop over to your website. So you can really start to build this out not just with your own content, but also with the AI tools right within here. Now, with your own content, because this is a text editor, let's say you've created hundreds of social posts over the years. Maybe you've created blog posts. Maybe you've created video scripts. Maybe you've created courses, and you have content that has to do very specifically with this topic. You could just copy that from wherever you're at. You could paste that right in here and start to build that out on your own. So the cool part is, as I said at the beginning, this is really building blocks for you. You can copy and paste just as it is, but what's better is to really customize, personalize with your stories, with your background, with your behind the scenes. Now, from here, the next steps are, well, okay, what do you do with this? Now you've got 10 different social posts. You could copy and paste, but what do you typically need when you post this over on social media? Well, you either need an image or you need a video, right? One of the two. You could certainly make this a text-based post, say on LinkedIn or Facebook, but 9 out of 10 times those either images or videos are going to perform better than just text-based posts. So you really do want to bring this idea to life with an image that tells a story behind the story of the post. So you can do that in a couple of different ways. Now, certainly you can use any of your own content. So scrolling through your photos on your phone is going to be the easiest way to do this, and just finding something that is reflective of this content. Now, I'll give you a little hint on a very simple way to do this. If you find it a struggle to find videos or to find content, just photos on your phone that you've taken over the last year or the years, well, a simple way to do this is just organize them into a swipe file. So you could either do this by creating a folder on your phone. You could create one in, say, Google Drive, in Dropbox, wherever it's going to be easy for you to just start to move things into that swipe file so that when you have a post ready to go, all you have to do is pop into that swipe file and boom, just like that. You have all these images, all these videos that are ideas for you that you can just pull right into that post, because it could be a struggle when you're trying to put together a post. You're thinking about, creatively what this content is going to look like, and then coming up with the images as well. So keep it easy on yourself and create that swipe file. And what I find simple is, depending on if you take a lot of pictures or maybe you do video during the week, maybe on Sunday, just sit on the couch and move those things out of your photos and into that swipe file. And now all of a sudden you have things that you can just grab. You can easily grab from that group of pictures, because those you've kind of personally vetted as you've gone through all of them. You know that this is something, more than likely this could be, a really cool addition to a post. And now you can just start to jump in there, grab something, and now you've got a very easy way to copy and paste what you've got right here, grab a complementary piece of content, whether it's a photo or a video. Now, the second way you can do this is you can use the AI tools right within PLR.me. So if you come back up top here and to the right here, you have the image library. So if I click on that and I scroll down, looks like some of my images are broken right now, but you gotta love live. If you click on generate, so typically what you would see here is all of the images you've ever created. Now, if I click on generate, what comes up is the AI image generator. And this is where I could put in a prompt that is going to create an image that is going to partner with this particular post. So usually the way I think about this, kind of a tip for you, is come down to one of your posts and just think about what is it that you want to get across. I'm going to copy this right here. I'm going to come back into generate. I'm going to post this into prompt. So I'm going to make it easy on myself and not have to come up with a prompt for the AI. And then even better than that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on, so you've got AI within the AI image generator. And if we click on this, it's going to go to work and it's going to perfect or improve our prompt. Chasing perfection isn't driven by ambition, it's driven by fear. So that is a prompt that you would typically, drop down into ChatGPT or anywhere else that you're creating these images. And instead of that, you're just going to come down and you can choose your style. So do you want this in an advertising style, maybe an art style, digital? We have close to 100 different styles, might be over 100 different styles at this point. And you can find something that's just really reflective of your brand and what feels like it would partner well, not only with your brand, but also with this style of post. So if you scroll through here, I'm going to choose HDR, and then you can come over and you can choose your size. So you can see here all different sizes depending on if you're posting this to Instagram or to Facebook, or if maybe you want it in the style of a reel or a story. So really depends on where you want to post this. LinkedIn, you've got the exact perfect size to generate. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to leave it on the 1-to-1. So Instagram, Facebook, wherever I want to put that. I'm going to click generate, and hopefully it doesn't take too long here for us. And what it's doing is it's going ahead. It's trying to put That's so funny. Don't we? I know all of us have seen this. AI still is struggling with text to image. So if you wanted to avoid that, you can tell it that in the prompt. I'm not sure that any of these are really right for what we're looking for. Maybe something like this down here at the bottom or this top one. But the great news is if these just don't feel right to you, you can redo this. So I could regenerate all of these and I can actually change my prompt. So I could go back and I could start all over again and create an entirely new prompt if I wanted to, if I'm just not getting the results that I'm looking for. So, depending on if you get it right out of the gate or you don't, and oftentimes, as it is with AI, it does take maybe 2 or 3 tries to get exactly what you're looking for. But let's say one of these does work for you, and this one right here could be perfect. I can just drag and drop this right into my post if I wanted to. I can download that. I can also adjust that if I want. Now, because this is going to be going to social media more than likely, what I want to do is go ahead and click on download image here, and that'll download that right to your desktop. So then once you're ready to upload that wherever you're putting that, you can just go ahead and grab that from your desktop, from your phone, wherever you've downloaded that. I'm going to delete that for right now because I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do with that. But now you can see all of my images that I've created are here on the right hand side. So I always have these available to me. Now, if you don't want to generate something with AI, another option is stock photos. So you can come right over and you can see here on the right hand side, you have access to a stock photo library from Unsplash. So you could search for, maybe let's search for perfection and see what it comes up with. And we could start to scroll through. So interesting, it did kind of create something similar to what AI created. And we could scroll through here and we could see if any of these make sense for us. And we could just go ahead and download those as well to put with that post. So you've got a couple of different options within here, which is either your image library, what you've already created, or create a new one with the AI image generator, or grab a stock photo. So with all of those, basically, you have a one-stop shop. And how many of you would love to know, and this is super secret, so I have to swear you all to secrecy because nobody else knows this yet. But if this isn't already helpful, we have something coming that is going to blow your mind and make life even easier. So I talked about videos. We have a text to video tool coming as well, also image to video, that is going to take, very similar to what you just saw here, your text prompt, and instead of turning it into an image, it's going to turn it into a video that you could then create a story, a reel, anything you want, maybe a video for LinkedIn, for Facebook. So that is right around the corner. And because you're here live, you got to hear about it. But all of this right now, as it stands, is giving you so much in terms of content that you can just copy, paste, and get in over to your tool of choice. So I'm going to show you that last piece real quick, and then we'll go into the final piece, which is how do you create those 30 posts, because this is 10, and then rinse and repeat with every single maybe piece of content you've ever downloaded, you already have in your PLR.me account. And if you don't have one yet, if you're wondering how you go about this, I'm going to give you the answers. And as I said at the beginning, you're going to find out how you can do everything I show you here, create 30 social media posts for less than $5. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to take this post right here, this hot take number 1, and I'm going to make sure I've got this. So before you even copy and paste, if you want to format this, so I went ahead and formatted this one in my style. So this is how I format all of my content depending on how you format content. You can copy and paste or it just like this. I'm going to go ahead and so I'm just going to come right up here. I'm going to copy all of this. And I'm going to come over to Facebook. So I'm going to come right here and I'm going to just come right back over here. I'm going to create a new post, right? And I'm going to drop this right down in here. And you can see it's gone ahead. Let me blow this up a little bit here for you so you can see it. It has gone ahead and dropped this right in here for me. So we've got this entire post. We don't chase perfection because we're ambitious. We chase it because we're scared, scared of judgment, scared of failure, scared that if it's not flawless, it won't be enough. But let's tell the truth. Perfection is just procrastination in prettier packaging. So this is one of our let's come back over here. If you recall, this is one of our hot take posts, and I'm going to take that hot take and I am going to go ahead and I'm going to add an image. So I'm going to come right down here. I'm going to grab an image, right? So I'm going to grab this image from my desktop. You can grab it from wherever you have it. I'm just going to add that image in here real quick. And I'm going to show you how easy this is. I should have been looks like it didn't. There we go. Okay. So I should have been timing this. Should have had Chantel time it exactly how long it took me to copy, paste, and drop it in here. And now I've got a complete post. I even have a call to action. So I've got what motion will you create today? And just like that, I can go ahead and I can post this. And done. Can you imagine if you made it that easy on yourself to generate social content, to completely customize that content, make it yours right here in the AI assisted text editor, then copy and paste that over to all of your social channels, whatever platforms you're showing up on. You could use your own images. You could use some of those images you've generated in the AI image generator, maybe some stock, maybe some videos as soon as it's here. Can you imagine how much time that would save you in your day, in your week, in your month? If you could come in maybe on a Sunday and create these 30, different social posts, all with a different purpose, all with a little different style, a little different tone. And just like that, you could copy and paste, or better yet, you could hand it over to your virtual assistant, to your executive assistant, and you have consistent content or consistently scheduled content. You're putting that into a tool like Buffer or Sprout Social or Agora Pulse, any of those. You could just schedule all of those out. So on autopilot, all of that content is just happening for you day in and day out. Hands up if this feels like it's way too silly easy and way too easy for you to not do it, right? We put so many hurdles in our own way of, but I don't have enough time, but I've just got to get this done, but I need one more hour to focus on this, or I've got clients and they're more important. Sure, absolutely they are, but where are those clients coming from? They are coming from the conversations you're having out on social media. They're coming from the this content that could easily be copied and pasted into an email. So this isn't just a one-stop shop. You could take any of this content, copy and paste right into your emails. So you've got email content going out consistently. You've got social media posts. And now all of a sudden, people are seeing you on LinkedIn. You're showing up on Facebook. They're seeing your posts on Instagram. And what's happening? Well, you've got that call to action. So they're reaching out to you, they're DMing you, they're asking you questions, they're interacting with you. And that's the next step of this. So I don't want you to just get out there and post. I don't want you to just throw something out into the world and run away. I want you to actually get back in. Now start having a conversation with people. So I hear a lot of times, but Rebecca, nobody's commenting on my content. And what if, I don't have that big of an audience? That's okay. That's what the algorithm is out there for. The algorithm will actually help you with that. So before you post, go out and engage with 5 different people. Go out there and comment on their posts, because what's going to happen are 2 things. First, the law of reciprocity. So what does that say? Well, I'm commenting on your post, so they're going to feel inclined to comment on my post. So they're going to come on over, they're going to find my post. So now they're going to start to engage on the content I've posted. So we've got that, but also what happens when people start commenting on your content, and this is what we're going to kind of start training the algorithm on, is Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram is going to take notice, and they're going to say, oh, people are engaging with this content. Oh, this content is interesting. All right, let's serve this up to some more people. So all of a sudden, your content will start to get traction. If you've seen this on your own content or somebody else's content, where all of a sudden you're like, what happened? I shut down, Instagram, and I came back and I had 20 comments. Well, it's because the algorithm sensed that quickly and easily you were getting traction on that piece of content. Or if you see your favorite creator out there 5 days ago created something that just popped up for you today, that's the algorithm. You've interacted with their content. Instagram takes note of that, and now that content did well, and so they're serving it up to you. So now that you're starting to post consistently, this is really your next step. Your step is engagement, both on other people's content as well as your own. And I will tell you, if you say, I don't have time, you do. All you have to do is set a 5-minute timer. 5-minute timer at the beginning of your day and at the end of the day. This will do wonders for your engagement. Now, I will tell you, the key here is being strategic. So strategic in who you're commenting on. Are these people that are similar to you? So have a similar audience. Are these entrepreneurs or coaches or people that might have an audience that would be interested in what you do? And then also being strategic in boom, 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 get in there, make very thoughtful comments, because that's definitely the key, but don't spend too long. And for goodness sake, don't use AI, please. We are seeing so much of this where it's the same AI comment over and over and over. Just that you share what's on your heart, what's on your mind, and do it quickly, like you're just having a conversation with a good friend, sitting across a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. And that's really how simple social media can be. And we tend to overcomplicate it because it feels stressful or overwhelming, or it feels like we have to do more than we actually do. If you do those things, if you create these social media posts, you copy and paste them, you do it consistently, and you start to engage with your audience, I guarantee you will start to get more engagement you've ever seen on your content. So with that, I'm going to wrap up real quick here, take some questions, but before I do, what I want to show you, so to create those 30 posts, and let's just pop back over here real quick. You can come in and just choose another product. So just choose something similar, not the same product, so you can get something completely different. And you can do that whole same process, rinse and repeat, and I'll just choose anxiety and depression, and we'll come down real quick here. And if I just go through this whole process all over again, and I choose this bundle here, and I come back over to social media, I choose social posts, I can generate that all over again and get 10 new social posts. So the key is here, choose maybe 3 different products that are similar, complementary within the same ballpark as far as topic, and then generate 10 different social posts. So now you haven't used the same product, you've got something a little bit different, but what that's going to give you is a unique spin on that same topic. And again, you've done all of this in a matter of moments and for pennies, pennies on the dollar. And just think about if you went out and you did hire a VA to create all of this for you, what would you spend? $200, $300, $400 a month on that alone. Or if you were doing it yourself on tools like Canva, it's going to take you hours to create all of these social posts within there. So think about not only the time it saves you, but the money it saves you, the brain cells it saves you of overthinking all of this content, and just how it's going to streamline your entire process too. Because, as I said, pick a day. What's the day for you where you could just come in, set your time for an hour if you want to give yourself an hour to play around, come in, search for those right products. And once you do that, start to generate some of those social posts and then figure out what that process looks like for you. Are you putting that into a social media content manager like Buffer? And if so, how much time is that going to take you to copy and paste? So you'll start to find your own workflow and how exactly that works and what type of images you want to generate or what type of images of your own you want to use. And all of that is going to give you a sense of, okay, how long is this going to take me? How quickly can I put this together? And like anything else, the more you do it, the better you get at it, the quicker you're going to become. And really, the key to all of it is don't overthink. Don't get stuck in perfectionism. Don't get stuck in, is this good enough? Does this sound right? Motion, as that post I just shared, motion creates momentum, and momentum is what's going to help you get that engagement. It's what's going to also give you feedback. So you're going to get feedback from people that are saying, this is awesome. I totally relate to that. This is something I deal with or struggle with on a daily basis. And all of those are signals. They're signals that you're on the right track, that you're doing the right thing, that you're creating the right thing. So the more you can put out there, the more you can share, the more you're going to be able to move rapidly and share the exact right content, because that's the worst part. The worst part, and goodness knows I've been there, so you probably have too, where you're creating content, nobody's engaging, you don't know why, and it's pretty much because it's not the content anybody's interested in. And it just takes you doing enough of it to figure that out. So this strategy right here of just get in, post, 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 post is really going to help you. And I'm not saying you have to post, once a day or twice a day. You could do a few times a week. That is more than enough to really get you that sense of, is this the right content? Is this the content that my audience is really interested in? So all of that to say, who here is ready to go create your own social media content? Anybody? Anybody ready and ready to take the challenge? Let's see. Ellie says, I use this platform to create a short talking video and people really liked it. Let's see. I just started an account with Go High Level and it has a content scheduler built in. I haven't figured it out yet though. Yeah, be careful with Go High Level. It's an amazing tool, but it has so many bells and whistles that you will easily get sucked in to shiny object syndrome. So if you're feeling that, Samantha, just go natively and just do exactly what I just did and just post. If it's creating too much, time and effort to figure it out right now. Sandra, I hope, hands up mean yes, yay, you're going to go out and do this. And let's see. Braden, is that tomorrow's announcement? You're going to have to find out. Yes. Stephen Melton wants to know, do you possibly include the metadata embedded in the AI image? Yeah, you certainly can. So you probably noticed I named mine. And if you're wanting to add in something that is specific to what you do, your keyword, and just simply meaning what is that topic? How do you help? So something that's searchable, you absolutely can within that image. Let's see. Shan says, "Do you have any training on how to conduct a workshop with PLR?" Oh, gosh, Chantel, I don't know that we do. Do we? Yeah, off the top of my head, and that's a fantastic idea. I'm so I think yeah, I think
I was browsing the our learn
library.
tab, and I could, yeah, library, and I couldn't see anything. I don't think we have that. Um, Sean, if you want to send me an email at support@plr.me, I'll look more deeply into our library and see what I can find for you. Support@plr.me. I'll type it in the chat.
Yeah, awesome. Let's see what else. Braden, I'm a little confused by your question. Why doesn't the text editor not let you write what your niche is in the prompt to AI? Are you asking that about Ask AI, that feature where you highlight, or for the rewrites? Yeah, so Ask AI just does not have that feature built into it in terms of oh, what you're able to prompt it with, if that makes sense. It's more a simplistic AI where it's just really trying to get one thing done. Now, the good news is, if you haven't heard me say this before, something that we're working on is that you would be able to put into your profile everything about you. So, your bio, what you're all about, who you serve, how you help, all of that, and do it one time so that on the back end of all of those prompts, it's already been trained on you in particular. So, that is coming. And that might solve that problem that you're talking about. I think, Braden, let me know if so. Awesome. Okay. Yep. That would be super helpful. I think so too. That's been a big thing on our end that we've known is really, really necessary so that you don't feel as if you're constantly having to rework that output. Because as you know, the output from AI is only as good as the input of that prompt. And if you can't train it on you, it does take a little bit more time for you to be able to, maybe copy and paste what you've got written about yourself. Sandra says, great content and AI tools. Getting past overthinking is my goal. Yeah. So, if set up in advance, that helps. What are good social media management solutions, economical to start? So, the one I mentioned, Buffer, Buffer is like the OG of social media. They've been around for, gosh, I don't know, 20 years. And they still, to my knowledge, have a free account and they connect, I think, to all of the top social platforms. So, I would start there if you need something economical and you want to post to, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. That's going to be the best. There are plenty of others, but you get a little bit more pricey when you move into some of the others out there. So if you're looking for economical and just ease of use, Buffer is a great one. We have no skin in the game with Buffer. They're just good friends and a really great tool. So it does make it simple. Yeah, Facebook has a scheduler built in. So yes, you can absolutely do that. You probably saw it on mine. I could have, when I clicked next, I could have scheduled that if I wanted to. So, yeah, you can schedule natively right within these tools as well. So, it does take some of that off of your plate. Or, again, just set yourself a reminder, a daily reminder at the time you want to post and have that ready to go. You can make it as easy as a Google Google Sheet or a Word doc where just copy and paste these 30 posts into that Word doc and just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Just, again, don't overthink it and come in when that reminder pops up for you at 8 a.m. on Monday and copy and paste and boom, go. And if it helps you, make a note next to Monday what the image is that you're going to post with that as well, so you don't have to spend any time figuring that out. I find batching is what makes it a simple process. And what I mean by that is what we were talking about a little bit ago, creating your social media posts, creating your images, or pulling your images from what you have all in one go. So do it all at once. And I just keep a running document. So it's just in Google Drive and it's a running document. And then my assistant goes ahead and she cleans it all up for me. But it's just a very easy way for you to copy, paste, and boom. Don't give yourself anything extra to think about. If you're a spreadsheet person, put that into a spreadsheet, whatever is the easiest for you. So that is the best. All right. Well, I think we are up against our time. For those of you that were here today, we have a very special offer. If you are not a member of PLR.me, or if you are and you just want to go ahead and get some updated credits, we have a screaming deal that is going to help you go do every single thing we talked about. So you have the opportunity to get 100 PLR.me credits with a 50% bonus. So you'll actually get 150 total credits today, and the regular price on that is $129. You'll get it for $49. So crazy deal that if you're looking to snag some credits, go create all of your social media posts, go ahead and create all of your images, everything else. This gives you access to everything you want to download, any of the AI tools, so not just what we talked about here today. Chantel just dropped that link. You can grab that. Make sure you copy and paste that so you don't lose it, or just click through. It'll share all of the details. It's just a quick and easy way. If you're logged into your account, it will automatically have all of your account information right there for you. So very, very simple. If you don't have an account yet, just go to PLR.me, sign up for a free account, and then go ahead and use this link to get your credits. Because again, like I said, just for showing up here live today, we've got that very, very special offer, and I wouldn't want you to miss out. So whether you're a PLR.me member already or not, this is for you, and you can snag those extra 150 credits. All right, everybody, go have a fabulous rest of your day, no matter where you're at. Thank you so much for spending your time here with us. We are here every Thursday now with these trainings. So if there's something new you want to see, shoot a message to support@plr.me. Let Chantel know. And we'll see you back here, same time, same channel on Zoom. Be on the lookout for what that next training is. We'll get an email out, and an email out with the replay. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great